And to continue this conversation and more on President Obama's comments moments ago, I want to bring in presidential candidate and former IRS Commissioner Mark Everson. He joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive. Mark, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
First of all, you've probably had a chance to digest the president's comments moments ago in Ethiopia. We certainly have. What did you make of them?
You know, we have a tradition in this country where we don't criticize the president when he's overseas. I would think it's a two-sided coin and that he wouldn't be getting back into domestic politics, so I'm a little disappointed.
Interesting. Yeah, he's certainly going after a couple of the Republican candidates there, but yet stopping short at any real endorsement of Hillary Clinton and such. Meanwhile, we wanted to talk to you about IRS audits, and Americans are still vulnerable at this moment in time for their beliefs and associated when they're audited in this country. As a former IRS commissioner, as you continue to see the scene play out in Washington with the president and these IRS audits, what is your latest take on this situation?
I'm disturbed because the president has once again, I think, very unwisely weighed in on this situation. It's now the third time. Back when the election cycle was underway, he was criticizing C4s, and many believe that gave license to some of the things that happened. And then we all remember his Super Bowl interview where he said there was no corruption. And then now, once again, he's saying there was no targeting. Well, the inspector general pretty well determined that there were real problems here. And there's remains an active Department of Justice investigation. So the president shouldn't get anywhere near this. It's just totally inappropriate for him to say what he's been saying.
But yet he's still saying that this is all just a mirage.
Right, right. And look, I think that's been pretty well rebutted by the Inspector General's report and the IRS's own admissions that what they did was dead wrong here.
Hillary Clinton making news with her capital gains tax proposal. As a former IRS commissioner, I'm sure you've got a response or at least an opinion on that. Some say it accounted for steep losses on Wall Street when she made this announcement last week.
Well, first, she starts from a premise that the industry is taking short-term decisions. Look, I've worked in both industry and in government. It's the government that takes short-term decisions. They never look past 2 years out when the next election is there. So I have a tax proposal. I favor the competitive tax proposal, which it's a hybrid approach. It would take 150 million people off the tax rolls, the income tax rolls, by putting in a consumption tax, and then you could lower the rates on the remaining high-income earners. Those couples earning over 100,000 would still pay an income tax, but at lower rates, and it would lower the corporate rates. So it would get the economy going again and get the IRS out of the business of 150 million Americans. That's a pretty good approach, I think. I don't favor what she's doing. I don't think it makes sense.
Mark, I've been saying that the person who should be, and possibly I think has the best chance at being president in this United States, is someone who shows that they can create a business-friendly environment in this country, because so many small businesses and individuals alike feel that business has been attacked in this country for quite some time. Is it possible to turn that ship around?
I think so. If we revise the tax code and we do a better job on the regulatory way. Look, it doesn't work to say you can't have regulations at all, but they need to be balanced and fair, and you can't overreach. I'm running for president in large part because I think the executive branch is overreached in any number of areas. You can't take a law and then reinterpret it, as this president has done, to extend its reach. That's dead wrong. So we need to get back to constitutional governance. That's what I would say. And then we get more stability. And as you say, help small and medium-sized businesses. It can't be only for the big guys.
Mark, is the deep bench of Republican candidates, is it a good thing or a bad thing for the party?
I think it's a great thing because we're having a robust debate about the future of the country. All she's doing is having a debate with the far left, and she's really, I think, putting herself in positions that she's not going to be able to govern if she is elected.
By she, I guess you're referencing Hillary Clinton. Mark Everson, great to have you this morning, and thanks for joining us so bright and early.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, President Obama.